Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about a few red flags that you may encounter on your level up journey, glow up journey, whatever you choose to call that journey. To make the video a bit more fun, I'll be using some characters from two popular movies, Princess Diaries Part 1, and I'll also be using Andy from The Devil Wears Prada. Now ladies, some of these signs are just so that you know how to label the people who are in your life, who you call friends, who you call associates, and so on. Also, side note, I pray whenever I meet new people, I feel like the Lord has really blessed me with amazing friends. So the Lord can, through prayer, give you the spirit of discernment so you know who should be in your life and who really should not have a place there. Number 1, watch out for those who say they miss the old you, and always seek to ask yourself, what is the intent behind them saying they miss the old me? Now, in The Devil Wears Prada, it starts out with Andy, a really frumpy journalist who gets a job at a fashion magazine that would later change her life. As the show progresses and Andy starts to realize her self-worth, become more confident, starts dressing better, starts holding her self to a higher standard, and she's being exposed to new opportunities, she meets up with her friends at a local bar, and she gets a phone call from her boss, and they yank the phone away from her, toss it around, and when she gets upset, they say she's switching up and that they miss the old her and all of that. Now, ladies, here is why I say you should try to find the intent behind what they're saying. Ask them, what is it that you miss about the old me? Because in that regard, they missed the old her who was always available. But they were her friends, so we can play devil's advocate and say, they never missed the old her that didn't prioritize herself, wasn't taking care of herself a lot, But in some instances, the people who are saying they miss the old you need to find out if it is that they miss that you're not available to waste time with them. Because maybe you may be working on a business, starting a new job, moving to a new city, and, life happens and sometimes you're not as available. And you could be moving away just a little bit just to get yourself sorted out. I mean, Andy in the show, she had a dinky apartment with her boyfriend, and this job would have afforded her way more opportunities that could help her better herself, So them saying they miss the old her, it made me wonder, what do you really miss? Always, and then again, another reason why they're probably saying it is because sometimes when others see you improving yourself, it highlights their areas of weakness and also it could trigger certain insecurities that they have, because there may be things about themselves that they'd like to change, but they don't really have the courage to do so. And so they see you, quote unquote, leveling up, and because it's bringing up their own insecurities, they then say they miss the old you. Always ask, what version of me do you miss and why do you miss that version? Because if it is something that you have worked hard to change about yourself and you love the person you're becoming, then you say, I like this me. I like who I'm becoming. I'm proud of myself. If it is that they say something like, well, you are really missing, you don't care about me anymore, you're not there for me, and if it's something that you can fix or work on, then that's an area for you to self-reflect. But always ask the intent behind them saying they miss the old you. Number 2, partners who are unsupportive, and friends as well. Partners and friends who are not supportive. So in The Devil Wears Prada, when Andy started dressing a lot better, started leveling up her life, started enjoying her job, and she was excelling, her partner was upset, saying things like, oh, you missed dinner, oh, you came home late. Granted, there needs to be a balance in our lives. A balance is needed in everything. However, this man, because he himself was not going after his dreams. He wanted to be a sous chef, but he was just working in, I think it was a fast food or some restaurant, something like that. And I guess, like, I think a lot of men, they do this, But he noticed that with her taking better care of herself, with her being afforded more opportunities, being around more affluent people, he saw that, his competition would have increased because he himself was just stuck in his old ways. So he was not supportive of her dressing a lot better. He'd say he liked her. He literally said, "I liked your old clothes better." And the lady literally looked like crap before. Very unsupportive because he hated competition. Be careful of men who are threatened when you try to improve your own life. Take notes when they say things like they miss the old version of you, and take notes when they're not supportive of you improving in your career, improving with your self-care, improving with the friends and the places that you're going to. Take notes of the intention behind it, because it could give you an indication as to whether or not this person needs to be in your life. Now with friends, in the Princess Diaries part 1, when Mia, her grandma, came to town, Queen, don't remember her name right now, I'll insert right here, but when the queen came to visit, Mia's grandma, and she gave her that makeover, had her doing lessons, learning about her femininity, learning how to properly groom herself. When she showed up the next day, her friend Lily literally said she looks disgusting, and who wrecked her? I'm saying, this girl looks bomb. What do you mean by who wrecked her? And Mia literally took the words from my mouth. She said to her, just because you look terrible, don't take it out on me. And ladies, we didn't only see the friendship thing with Lily, how unsupportive she was of Mia, changing and improving. Because, she kept putting herself first, even though the poor girl was struggling. Will you be on my cable show? Will you be able to do this? Will you be able to show up here for me? And she was not showing up for her friend a lot of the times when she needed her. But we also saw it in The Devil Wears Prada, when Andy met up with some friends after work, and they were complaining about her switching up, how they're not recognizing her anymore. And as soon as she gave them free gifts from work, she gave one of her friends like a Marc Jacobs bag. As soon as she gave them gifts, they were okay with her being late. Then when her boss called for her to just complete an assignment for the day, they were literally throwing her phone around. And when she got upset with them, they were looking at her in disbelief, like, why are you looking at me in disbelief? I only have to do 1 year at this company so that I can have the career of my dreams, and you won't even support me for a whole year. Is that too much to ask? Be careful. Watch out for people like these ladies. Sometimes it's coming from a place of just hurt, thinking that you're gonna move away and forget about them. But it could be, on the other hand, that they are also not okay with you leveling up. My mom always tells me that there are some people in this world, they are okay if you're both on the same level. They're okay if you're on a lower level in life than they are. But the minute you try or start to pass them, that's when their true colors come out. So be careful, ladies. And number 3, which basically goes hand in hand with part 1 and number 1 and 2. So part of your level up journey, or your femininity journey, includes you taking care of yourself, self-care wise, physical wise, because remember I told you your image has a lot to do with how you're perceived, how people treat you. It has a whole lot to do with that. And just to piggyback off of point 2, with Lily and Andy, when they both started to look better and attract better, a lot of hate came from their friends. There was a lot of people saying, oh, you're changing, or don't change, don't forget who you are, don't forget where you're coming from. A lot of people like try to use that when they see you start improving and bettering yourself. You forgot where you came from. No, I didn't forget where I came from. I literally am just trying to be a better version of myself. And yes, if forgetting where I came from means moving away from toxic energy and negative people, then yeah, I'm forgetting where I came from. Because there are some people that literally will stifle the dream and drive out of you. They have no push to go after what they want. They have no push to go after the life of their dreams, to work harder, to be more disciplined. And yet they want to kill you for it. And when you start reaping the rewards of you investing in yourself, investing in the way you look, investing in your mind, school, then they say you're switching up. Be careful of anyone that makes you feel bad for wanting to improve your own life.